Good morning, Discord. Good morning, YouTube. Let's get into it. All right, let's see what they got for us today. We have the 5 at 51.41. The 5's in striking distance. The 5 is in striking distance. We'll see what they want to do with that. Overnight in pre-market, a lot of sideways consolidation. So see what they got for us today. Now I'm only going to be on here for a few hours. I have a doctor's appointment today, and also on Tuesday I won't be able to. I probably won't do the YouTube, but what I will do, I won't be available Tuesday. But what I will do for Discord is I'm gonna check in maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and then I'm gonna have to type out the setups. I'll try to do. What I'll try to do is I'm going to try to make a trading plan. It's going to be difficult though, because I'm not going to have pre-market. I'll try to make a trading plan on Tuesday, and then I'm going to do the best I can on Tuesday. Let's get back to it. Do not consider this financial advice. Trading stocks involve risk. The owner of the channel, the traders that appear in the broadcast and affiliate companies are not liable for any loss inflicted in relation to its content. And then go to last5trading.com so I can get you sorted. All right, let's begin. All right, we're testing all-time highs again. I can't believe I'm saying this for like, what is this, 9 weeks in a row. All-time high, all-time high, all-time high. 9 weeks in a row. That's got to be some type of record right there. Wow. All right, before we want to buy any calls, my opinion, I think we need to break this all-time high of 56.42 significantly, maybe by like 2 points or so, and then retrace and retest it. If it breaks out from here and just shoots up, my bad. But it's not recommended to buy calls at the top. If it breaks and shoots out, because we see all this consolidation, and you know, breaking above 56.42 can just be a breakout, right? But man, it's gonna be tough. If you're trying to make a bet on the breakout, I recommend you got to chase it. You got to watch out for the stop hunt. We're at 56.42. 57 would be the next psychological key level. And we're about to reach, okay, new all-time highs. Here we are. Here we are in Bizarro world. You know, I knew we were in a different timeline when I found out that the movie Scary Movie, when the guy with the messed up hand, when he says, I always thought the guy said, here, take my strong hand. Never said that. And I was like, wait, what? I remember people back in the 2000s making fun of that. Like, take my strong hand, take my strong hand. Never said that. Does anyone remember that? When Scary Movie, this is way back in the day. Way back in the day. There was a guy like with a little, he obviously had like severe arthritis and a hunchback, and he's hanging on to the other guy out the window. He's like, take my strong hand. And it's the arthritis hand. He never said strong hand. I was like, wait, what? Okay, yeah, so Cruz, that never happened in real life. If you go back and watch the movie now, he says, take my little hand. Wait, did you guys know that? He never said, take my strong hand. Go back and watch the movie. It's take my little hand. Here we are, new all-time highs. 57 is the natural next step. Again, if we're looking for calls, this is what I recommend. Wait for a significant pullback. What up, Nikki? Yeah, Cruz, go back and look. Unless someone's playing a trick on me, because I saw a video on it. I'm like, wait, what? It's definitely strong hand. I remember everyone saying, making fun of that. Take my strong hand. And then I saw a clip of him saying, take my little hand. I was like, that didn't happen. That never happened. This is how I know, if that's true, and they didn't somehow AI manufacture that clip, we are in a different timeline, because I know for sure it was take my strong hand. All right, let's see if on our 5 minute, if we can do this, right? Let's see if they want to do that. Now that we're at new all-time highs, now we got to account for it, right? So we want to see if we do this or if we do this. That's all we can do. We're at new all-time highs. We don't have any data above, right? So we got to be open to the possibilities. We have no data on the above side. We want to know if they're going to grab liquidity, if this is a stop hunt, or if they want to push up. You know, we need to see a significant push. 57 would be the natural psychological level. And then 60 would probably be where all the liquidity's at if we do retest and push up. All right, 57 hit. This is why we don't try to call the top. This is why we don't try to call the top, because no one really knows, right? We don't know. And we just don't have any data above. All we can do is make predictions. So this would be ideal. Something, whatever I have on the screen, that would be ideal. Everyone's trying to be prepared for the pullback, and it's just not happening. I've been waiting for a pullback since 2023. Yeah, Discord, whatever we got on that 5-minute chart, it looks solid. It looks solid for right now. Cruz, when you look it up, let me know. I'm gonna look it up too, actually. But man, when I found out, that bothered me. I was unsettled. I was like, there's no way. I remember everyone in school making fun of that. They used to go out of their way to set up a joke just to say, take my strong hand. All right, if you're the gamble bunny that that bought the break and retest above 56.42, you got to chase this, or maybe follow along with this magenta right here. yeah, it is. Stacy, what up? Wow, everything is pointing up too. Everything's pointing up. Now look, I don't know if this blue or this purple is valid, so the purple especially looks sketchy. I could probably do a little bit better. Let's wait on purple, but the blue looks fine for right now. This is, I don't know about these, right? So we're just guessing here. Cruz. Oh no, Doug with the 70%. Okay. Oh, okay. So ChatGPT says take my strong hand. Okay, word. Now I feel better. So someone made an AI video saying, take my weak hand or my little hand. They went all the way out of their way to make it Mandela effect just to make me feel uncomfortable. It worked. Damn, AI's good. AI's good. It worked. Okay, see what they got. If it just keeps going up, it's going to be difficult to. We need a significant pullback. Buying calls at the top, I don't recommend. We want it to pull back a little bit more because we don't want it to just set up another one of these, right? All right, 58, next on the menu. All right, let's see if they want to form support on top of this lick box here. Yeah, Chenko, this is what I was saying. If we're buying right here at the top, you know, you're hoping for the breakout. You're hoping for the breakout above because of all this liquidity that built up in pre-market. So that could have been the only thing, like breaking with a breakout, and then you got to hope you don't get the pullback, right? So if you were to buy at the top, you got to chase it. Or, you know, have a very tight stop. At least have a very tight stop. Let's see if they can make it to, it didn't quite hit 58. So let's see if they want to form some type of support above the lick box, right? For continuation. All right, they hit 58. If it just keeps grinding up all day, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to find an entry. If you took the break of this purple here, you need to protect this trade. We see a few wicks. It needs to be a strong candle to break these wicks if they're going to continue up. I'm trying to put this at 57.31. They won't give me that goddamn penny. We're still high above the water on the one. Everything's above the water. I'm keeping my eye on 57.31. All right, 31 hit. Now let's see what they want to do here. Let's see what they want to do. All right, we know they got some stuff going on 5731, so let's see if we get some lift off in whichever direction. I'm gonna mark out high a day. I'm gonna highlight it. Look, we gotta take out this little area here. It's gonna be tough buying calls at the top. gonna be tough. It's not gonna be nice. Let them figure out what's going on in here, okay? Let them figure that out. Let's see if we can BRR above or below. Okay, look, let's have a little chat. I know you see that it's kind of following the path right here. However, that doesn't mean blindly follow the path. We have certain setups, right? So wait for the proper setup. That's all I'm saying. You see where the setups are. This could easily turn around anywhere. Anywhere on us right now. This is just ideal, right? This is the ideal setup. One of these is the ideal. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean that it's always gonna go the way that I draw the path. Does everyone understand what I'm saying? Because I think people rely on the path as if I'm saying that this is going to happen. I get lucky. You know, a certain thing needs to happen. So once that thing happens, then we have a little more confidence in whichever direction we're betting on, right? But you know, this is luck. This is just luck. I'm just letting you know what our ideal setups are. But this is a good example to show you that at every flexion point is going to be, this is, you know, it's an area. It's not an exact pinpoint number. Sometimes it is, but it's an area. So, you know, when this area does what it needs to do, maybe a break, retest, reject, then we have an idea of, I'm just giving you, I think because we all look at the market and we're like, here's one specific point in time, one specific minute to the penny point in time, and that's not how it works. It's an area. And sure, I know that this has been here for a while, but it doesn't mean it's gonna happen all the time. It could have easily, what is this? What is this? Gained support right on the top at 57.69 and just kept going up. What I'm drawing here is ideal. This would be ideal. You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't mean it's going to happen. It just means this is the ideal setup, what we're looking for. All right, good job, Cruz. Good job. All right, look, now we're at the 50-50. Now we need to figure it out, right? Now we need to figure it out. So this blue here looks interesting. We know what to do on the blue. It'll probably match up with this, right? This will probably match up with blue. Just saying. I don't know for a fact, but our probabilities are on there. So now we understand what the downside looks like, and we understand what the call side looks like. We understand, you know, this is just how it works. And then just be careful that we're not just stuck in blue, bouncing up and down in blue. So take your profit. And if you're waiting for a certain thing, then wait for it. And if it doesn't happen, then that doesn't mean you have to turn around and go the other way, right? Wait for your setup that you're looking for. And if it doesn't happen, let's say you're betting on puts and it never happens, that doesn't mean you FOMO into the calls. Now we're at this area, so you got to let it, you know, get a little bit of distance, get a little bit of lift off in whichever direction. This is where you need to start overlaying all of your charts. Make sure it all makes sense. It'll be obvious and you're not going to be late. Like, this is a perfect example of me literally guessing. I have no idea. And you know I'm guessing because there's just no way I could have known, because we didn't hit all-time highs before, right? There's no way I could have known. So you can actively see me guessing. So when you're seeing the path, it doesn't mean that this is what I'm predicting is going to happen. It means this would be the optimal setup if it did happen. I need you all to understand that. Is that, can I get someone to say, okay, gotcha? Someone. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. All right, so if you're betting on a certain direction, you're hoping for a weak cycle here. Or it might be continuing in this same cycle, but you're hoping for a weak cycle here if you're betting on a certain play. But now look at this one. Look at this one, right? This one's saying sideways. From here, it's saying sideways. From here, it's saying we don't know. And on here, we're below the water. So it makes sense that this one says we're sideways. We don't know. It makes perfect sense, right? It makes perfect sense. And how do we know that makes perfect sense? Because look, at this point in time right here is where I have the 50-50. And look, we didn't need indicators to figure that out. I bet you now the indicators are saying what I drew, shit, how long ago? An hour ago. Now the indicators are saying what I drew an hour ago. That's what I'm saying. We don't need indicators. They don't do anything for us. Stop using them. If this didn't prove it to you right now that the indicators don't know and they're not going to help you, then there's nothing that's going to convince you. Or even bias, even our bias. We need to look for our A1 ideal setups. And if it doesn't happen, oh well, that's not our setup. Today was a very good example of what I'm talking about. Or today's a good example of the concepts that I'm constantly trying to instill. Now watch out here, right? Because watch. You have to watch out for this. Okay? So just because we break this, you know, we got to see a certain thing here, because this is what we have to watch out for. If it breaks and does a little this, great. Or if it just shoots straight through, even better. But you know where the risks are, okay? I'm just going to clean it up real quick. Now you have to ask yourself, does this make sense here? Does it make sense? What do you see happening and does it make sense? This is what you need to ask yourself. Chenko, don't be upset with making money. You can't be upset with that. That was our goal here today. This takes time. The more you sit here and do this with me, the more it just takes time, right? It just takes time. So don't try to force it. Be happy with the money we got. It's a Friday. You made good money. I'm not going to say easy money, but you did your job as the boss of your own company. All right, we see you've got some liquidity building in here, right? You see how we're overlaying the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 30 minute, how they all have to make sense?
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Damn, I was just doing a whole bunch of talking. Okay, look. I don't know what you guys heard. But I was saying how everything makes sense, right? So on this, we need a break, a retest, and a reject. That's what these little cups mean. A break, a retest, and a reject. That must happen here. You can see how, look how perfect it lines up. Look how perfect this lines up. So we need a break, retest, and reject, probably at 56.42. Look where we got stopped, or you know, some hesitation exactly on our blue. So because now we know this, let's watch out for this now, right? And if you're frustrated right now because you didn't take any trades and you were thinking, oh, I want to take this one, but I'm not sure, and the candles are fooling you out, there's never going to be, remember, you're trying to predict in the future. So if you're doing this, if this is what you want to do, you have to understand there's got to be risk involved. You're going to have to risk it at some point. With no risk, there can be no reward. As long as you don't over leverage, you're going to be fine. So the fear you have, I'm not going to say it's an irrational fear, because it's very irrational to have fear of losing a buck. Very irrational. But you have to understand the rules of the game. You're going to have to risk something, because you got a 50-50 shot either way. We stack the odds in our favor if we wait for a certain thing to happen, or if we see a certain thing happen. So start going through, right now is when you should start going through all your charts and seeing which one makes sense. Which one makes sense? That's what you need to be doing right now. Hold on, let me erase this yellow line right here. I'm just gonna erase this yellow line. Okay. Pay attention to this line. Pay attention to this line. Anyways, we're continuing. Now look, let's play this out now. Let's play this out now while you're probably sitting on your hands, right? Let's play this out now in each direction. Let's say, and make sure you guys are paying attention. Let's say that we break this blue here, right? and you put your stop above the last high, whichever one you pick. This one would probably be, I guess technically it's this one, but let's say you chose one of these, right? So let's say you take the break of blue, and let's just say that it does this right here. Liquidity grab, psych, and it does this, okay? Let's say that happens. As long as you don't over leverage, then you know where the setup is. Or you know where the setup is, right? That's all I'm saying. But at some point, you know, sometimes we need to, not we need to, but sometimes the loss can show you where the money is. And then you can either significantly mitigate that loss or maybe even come out on top. So this is all risk management. This is all risk management. That's all we're doing here. And if we chop around in here all day, then guess what? We probably don't want to be a part of it, right? We probably don't want to be a part of it. I'm not a huge fan of this purple, like I've been saying, but that's what we got. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what you're, or was that the 30? Bounce off the monthly average? I'm not sure what this means, Chenko. All right, they close the cup, right? So this is what we have to watch out for. If they do this, and then this, and then this, or this, this, and this, or it could just break straight through, right? We just went over this. We just went over this. Now we're gonna find out. So look, if it gets above, what is this? Probably 56.97. Probably got to look the other way. Now, if you did take blue and you didn't protect your trade by now and make money, there's nothing I can do for you. There's nothing I can do for you. There's the money right there. If you didn't make the money, you understand there's nothing else I can do, right? I walked everyone through this play right here, right now. We all walked through it. If you didn't make money by now, we're on the bottom of green, so it might be some volatility here. If you didn't understand when I was telling you, when I drew this gosh darn line right here, and I said, pay attention to this line, and I had a yellow line right here, if you didn't make money by now, there's nothing I can do for you. This isn't for you. I can't be any more clear than tell you what to do exactly when, right? And this was for free on YouTube. Everyone now sees. So when I go into the secret room and I'm drawing up the plays, now you understand. We walked through it. We walked through one, right? Is everyone happy? If you didn't take the trade by now, don't chase it. Don't chase it. Because the entry was what? On blue, right? I told you, I'm interested in this blue. I even said, we need to watch out for this. If you didn't take it by now, then there's nothing really to do here. You gotta wait now. Wait for the next setup. I'm not saying, you're going to do what you want to do, obviously, but there's only so much I can do. We have to understand there's risk, and I showed you where the risk is. I even told you where you need to put your stops. Now you have plenty of time, plenty of room to make money. I told you where your stops needed to be, right? I told you exactly where, and I used this level here. Look where it went to. Look where it went to. I said, technically it should be this one up here, but I think this one would be reasonable right here. Look exactly where it went to. You understand what I'm saying? I'm very good at what I do. Very good. This is all risk management. It had to be the way, whatever I drew, it had to be like that. It just, not that it has to, but it's, you know what I mean. On a balance of probabilities, I'm probably going to be right. Done for the day. All right, Cruz. Quick little 3-figure day. There you go, Cruz. Easy money, right? Easy money. And we all walked through this one together. I even told you what the risk was. Let's say you take the break of blue. I mean, damn, I couldn't have been any more clear, but when I showed you this gosh darn line right here, I couldn't have been any more clear. There's no more clarity I can give. This is me, and there's no more verbalization I can give, right? Because a certain thing needs to happen. Doesn't matter what I say. My words are irrelevant. You guys think somehow that if I say something, it makes it more true, or you're going to feel more confidence. My words don't have any weight. The price action has the weight. When I'm telling you what needs to happen, I mean, it just needs to happen. Protect your trade. Look at the money. Look at the money. We walked through this together. We did it all together. Look at that. There's only like 10 people watching. That's insane. That's all right. We're a strong group of 10, right? Easy money. With the lokes. With the blacked out lokes. There we go. All right, everyone's extremely quiet. I'm not sure why. Why is everyone quiet? How come everyone's not? Cruz, I know, printed some money. Why is everyone else quiet? You guys better be paying attention. Don't focus on your brokerage. Figure out an exit strategy. Figure out an exit strategy. Don't focus on the brokerage. The brokerage you're going to see. Look, see this? This probably would have taken you out right here. John Royo says, I couldn't hold my nerve. I closed position. John Royo, you need to join the Discord so you understand the exit strategy. There's a whole entire exit strategy here. So you can maximize. You're wasting time and wasting money or leaving money on the table by not joining. I don't know how much more clear I could be. If I didn't prove today, and I did it with everyone, I didn't go into the secret room. I wanted everyone to see. I gave this play away to everybody, everyone in the world. And if I didn't lie then, I'm not lying now. Your best bet is to join the Discord, go through those lessons, put them in your mind. So then when whatever is happening happens, you know how to react. You can't stay in your brokerage. You need to look at the charts. I give specific entry and exit strategies. John Royal, if you made money, you had a good day. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you want to maximize, if you really want to do something with this, you got to join the Discord, man. That's just what it is. Oh, you did? No, you didn't. You didn't join the Discord. Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to. Yeah. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. See, look, everyone's afraid. And I'm even offering a weekly subscription, $45 a week. This one play is... No, I mean I made money. Oh, okay, yeah. I know you made money. I know you did. Good job. That's what you should be doing. But, that's because I gave this one away for free on the internet today. Being a nice guy today. Because I need everyone to see that I know what I'm talking about. This isn't luck. We don't have to guess. Certain things need to happen. We have to be willing to take the risk. But if you're taking the risk, you have to let it play out. You got to let the damn thing happen. You can't just close the trade just because one red candle. because there's going to be green and red candles in every trade you take. Well, should be. There should be green and red candles. So now that you're equipped with this information, you got to let it play out. Or take your money whenever you see it. Either one. Either one. Perfect. This is absolute perfection. This is absolute perfection here. No one else on the internet's doing this. It doesn't exist. Just me. All right. Good job. Good job. Good job. Everyone else is quiet. Why is everyone else so quiet? Hopefully you guys are paying attention to the trade. Now, if you're doing legs, if you're doing exit strategy legs, start to tighten up your stop, right? Man, I kind of doubted this purple, but I guess this purple hitting. I guessed this purple. I really did guess the purple. But it hit, so I'll take it. I'll take the wins when I see it. I really did guess the purple though. I'm not lying. I did. And I went through and I told everyone, when this blue breaks, where should your stop be? Probably up here. Look exactly where it went. And then remember, we're doing options. Got to be a little bit above on your brokerage because it's going to look a little bit different real life to your brokerage. Slightly different, not too much. It's going to be slightly different depending on how fast the price moves. With aggression, with aggression. But you see what I'm saying? I told you, adjust your stops. If you're doing exit legs, think about what your stops need to be. You know, if you're gonna hold for the week cycle, then you're holding for the week cycle. But it probably won't, it's about to go against you. So let's see if they stop hunt and continue going down, or if they, here, let me clean up the chart. Let's see. All right, so I like how they went right to green. Oh wait, green is also 56.42. All right, so 56.42 looks like a line in the sand, right? So I think we like this purple. I didn't before, but I do now. So we like purple. It's gonna be, for calls, it has to be not only a break of purple, but we want to make 57.31 support. You know, this one, this is a setup here as well. But I think a cleaner setup would be something like this. Gosh dang it, my carpal tunnel. A cleaner setup would be like this. So I think this purple here has all the strength. This purple right here has all the strength in it. So we want to build in green and break the purple. If not, we're just going to continue down purple, right? Like this. You don't need to think. You don't need to think. It's right there in front of your face. So look, it's either going to be, you know, this would be ideal right here. So this is what we're dealing with now. Probably something like that. Which means I should probably move this like this. This actually needs to stay where it is. There's a lot of volatility coming in, so there's going to be a wider no man's land right here. Here's no man's land in here. I can't really say 50-50. I know basically a no man's land is 50-50, but it's too much volatility. So look, looks like they want to stay in the green. Okay. Now from here, I mean, damn, you would have had to already catch it, but BRR under 54.43. And then you see the upside, right? So this is why we have to wait now, because we don't know if this is just a liquidity grab or the stop hunt, like psych, let me grab your stops so I can keep going down. This is what we need to figure out. We'll know they want to keep going down if we get probably another blue, right? Look for another blue. So don't try to front run it. Don't try to guess. We're in no man. We're one of these is setting up. So if you don't know, then wait. It'll be obvious. You don't need to guess. Jones, if you did legs, then that means you adjusted your stop when I said right before this spike. That means I was like, all right, if you're doing legs, protect the trade. You need to, you need to adjust. True even bottom. I mean, the even would be 55, right? So it hit 55 and retrace a bit. If that's what you're talking about, 55.00, that made sense for the legs to close at 55. Okay, Chenko. Now you're understanding the risk. Now you're understanding how to, we have to be reasonable. This thing doesn't mean it's going to go forever, right? That's why I'm saying level by level. We have to do this level by level. Once I noticed, oh snap, we're literally on this purple. And then I noticed the legs are probably they're probably getting tight here. That's why I told everyone, look, adjust your stops. Don't hold this forever. It went how far? From 56 down to 54.70. This is good money. From 56 down to 54.70. If we're asking more than this in a trade, we're getting greedy. We're getting greedy. You need to adjust your stops. You can't just let it run forever without putting a stop loss in profit. If it went one full point and you didn't put a stop loss in profit, you're doing something wrong. We should never let it run one full point without having a stop loss in profit. That should never be a thing. If no one knew, I'm telling you now, if the price runs a full point, this went over a point, right? This went almost 2 points. We have to put a stop loss at some point when you're in profit. Don't just not have a stop loss. He says, he shushed me. Okay, yeah. Okay, new rule. I'm not saying it's not going to continue down, but what I am saying is we can always get back in. We can always get back in. We don't need to... You can't hold till kingdom come. All right, Jones, let's see if this is gonna give you a second bite at the apple down here. It's got a little bit of room. It might be one of those where you're holding for a while. You might have to hold through some BS. Damn, it just hit 11 o'clock too. It just hit 11 o'clock. You know what that means. Brunch. As they say in Japan. Brunch time. Where are you located, John? How's it one? Wait, you're on the other side of the world. Oh, okay, Australia. Hell yeah. Glad to have you, brother. If this does keep going down, I'll say it when it's a little more obvious. I'll wait. He said mate. That's the first time he's ever said mate. He could be bullshitting. John Royo might be a bullshitter. He's never said mate before. Now that he says he's Australian. Now he's throwing the mate in there. I don't know, John Royo. Sketchy. All right, if you're Australian, what's Australia's favorite beer? This should be easy. VB. Damn, I don't know. That was Foster's. Cruz says Foster's. Oh man, that's funny. What is VB? Damn, I don't know what VB is. You might be Australian. God damn it. John Royo might be Australian because I don't know what VB is. He could be calling my bluff. Ah, okay. I like that. Is it an IPA? Victoria Bitter. She usually is, John. She usually is. Come on, we're hoping for this push down for the homie, but I don't like this here. I don't like this here. This quick down up, don't like it. We need to have a lot of pressure right here. Come on. We need this to go down a little bit for the homie. Yo, look what they're building up right here. Watch. Look at this. Look at them building it up right up in here. They're building the move right here. building it. You see it? Look, they're building it right there. Build it down. Is 56 support? Let's see. Damn, I just saw that. That's funny. $56, where's 50? 56. Let's check higher time frame. I think 55 looks like support. Yeah, it looks like 55. Build down. Come on, build down. Build down. Here. I know something that's scientifically proven to work. Hold on. This is science, by the way. Scientifically proven to work. I'm not a big fan of this down up like this. For the downside, I'm not a big fan of this right here. If we break this purple, you might want to start to look the other way. It could be an ugly grind down inside purple. I just don't like this right here. I don't like this.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
I think this purple's gonna tell us what we need to know. It's in no man's land now. Now it's in no man's land. We're at the mercy of purple here. All right, look, here are the possibilities. Here are the possibilities. I'm gonna leave this on here, okay? So we're at the mercy of purple is one. This would be ideal for a call. Here's another possibility. We close this cut like that. Draw down back to 56.42-ish before the push back up to finish the handle. So depending on the strength, and this right here is telling me it's got some strength. All right, I'm gonna hang out for another 15 minutes. I'm gonna hang out for another 15 minutes and I'll check on you guys. Oh snap. Damn, this is intense. I can't stop watching. You know you're all nerds, right? This is intense. Because purple's look at purple right here. Given the struggle right on purple. Damn. Oh, come on, purple. Look at purple. Doing what purple does. Let's see if they do the dance on purple. The dance, you want to look for the quick up, down, up for purple. Somewhere on purple. Okay, purple's doing what purple needs to do. Purple's doing purple things. Let's see if we can at least get into a weak bear cycle here. Let's see if we can at least get into a weak bear here. It's not looking good. Okay. 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 Come on now. Come on now. Purple's doing what purple needs to do, right? Come on now. All right, Jones, you better figure out your life. You should be really close to at least break even. You better figure out your life, Jones. We're back on, what is this? 56.42. You should be close to break even by now, if not very little loss. Very little loss. No, 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 no. Don't LFG. This is where you need to start. Don't LFG. Look at this guy. This guy's insane. This is not LFG time. This is risk mitigation time. Oh, come on. See, look at this guy reinforcing negative behavior. Come on. You should at least be like very, very minute loss by now. This is all right. You're taking the risk, brother. You should be damn near close to break even, really close to break even, or very little loss. You have an opportunity now. You have an opportunity, and all I see is LFG. All right, we're gonna LFG. This is the gambler, man. You're a gambler, dude. Gambler. Oh my gosh. If purple does purple things, you are extremely lucky, man. Extremely lucky. Every opportunity in the world right now to mitigate to be at like 0 loss. Well, not 0, because let's say even if you ended the worst, let's see. 56. I mean, negligible. If you entered on blue, negligible, reasonable. But look how this hit right on blue right here. How it found support right on blue. You need to figure out your life, man. You could, you know what? You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. I can't look away and I need to leave and I can't look away. Look at this wick. What is this? 1 minute left in this candle. Look at this wick. Little under a minute left. Yeah, it's on the website, brother. Go to the website. Oh my gosh. They're about to take that dance. They're about to ask somebody to the prom. This purple's important. I think the purple and what do you call it? 5731. For whatever reason, 31's sticking out in my mind, so I think there's resistance here, obviously. Like, obviously there's resistance here. All right, Jones, you better look. This is your another opportunity to come out clean. It's another opportunity to come out clean. This guy has 9 lives. I swear to God, this guy has 9 lives. You're on life number 12 of 9. So another opportunity back at really, really close, man. Come on, man. Don't LFG right now. Watch the LFG. See, I'm not risky like you guys, man. You guys like to gamble. That's what it is. So look, 56.42 and 57.31. This is the this is no man's land, right? This is the no man's land right here. Duh. I'm not even paying attention. This is the no man's land. Not that I'm not paying attention, but I'm paying very close attention actually. I just forgot that I had already said this. And I know it doesn't make sense to everybody else. In my head, this is why there's a difference between no man's land and a 50-50. When there's a gap like this, it's too much of a gap for me to say 50. I mean, technically, I guess it's a big 50-50, but in my mind, for some reason, there's a difference. And I don't know why. I really can't put my finger on why, but this is so intense and I have to go. Stop it with your LFG. This guy sees a green candle in his direction and he's like, LFG, LFG. So many opportunities to minimize. So many opportunities, man. Look at all this time this guy had. Now watch it work out for him. Reinforce bad behavior. Watch. It's gonna. This guy made a deal with the devil, man. There's no way. I mean, purple's doing purple things, so it's doing what it needed to do, right? It's doing exactly what purple needed to do. But now we're coming up to critical. We're coming up to critical time. We're coming up to critical time right now, Jones. If this turns out to be weak bear, you know, survive weak bear, fine. You can get something out of it, but or mitigate the risk. Like that was probably opportunity on 56.42. You know what? I don't know. We're gonna see. I'm not gonna try to guess. Purple has the clues. It's more likely going to go up if it breaks purple and forms support on 57.31. That's what I think. Plenty of time to mitigate right here. Plenty of time. Now we're at the resistance. So let's see what they want to do on resistance. If they break this resistance and form support above, you know, maybe it's time. I need to walk away and I cannot walk away. I have to see how this plays out. This is better than TV. This is better than TV. Oh my God, purple. Purple's doing purple things right now. Purple's holding it up. It's holding up so far. I have to leave and I cannot leave. I'm stuck right here. I cannot. I have to go to the doctor. Oh my goodness. This guy has 12 lives out of 9. How? We're stuck right in no man's land too. We're almost to the 50-50. It's so close to dancing. So close to dancing. I thought I was gonna dance right here, but it wicked. it didn't close above purple. It wicked right here. So close to dancing right here. If it's going to reject purple, you'll know because the current will be below the water. And then you can hold on for a bit. You might have to be uncomfortable through a week bull cycle, but we're still in no man's land. All right, I'm going to get up and I'm going to start getting ready in the background. I'll be right back. Or I'm here. I'm just going to be quiet for a little bit on mute. Chenko, if you didn't get in on calls on the break of green, and you're front running the plays, brother. A little wedge between blue and purple. Yeah, it looks like it, right? It looks like it. This blue's holding up and the purple's holding up. But I think there's mainly more resistance on 5731. I think the resistance is on 5731. But purple is holding up. It's doing exactly what it needs to do. And we see blue holding up as well. So yeah, little wedge here. But damn, this is crazy. Heavy resistance at 5731. It needs to break this resistance if it's going to go up. And Chenko, you're front running the play. Just saying. Just saying. Bruh, I need to get up and leave and I can't. I have to watch this. $36, 35 seconds on the candle. All right, bud. Have a good one, Stacy. Waking up this morning, that was already the good news. If you're waiting for an entry, there's nothing to do in here. There's nothing to do in no man's land. If you're waiting for an entry, there's nothing to do in no man's land. Oh, look at the resistance on 5731. Look at the resistance at 5731. Look at this resistance. Oh my goodness. It went back inside. It closed back inside purple. It looks like it right here, maybe it closed right outside purple, but it's still inside the resistance. I think this one right here, 1133, looks like it closed outside of purple. I mean, that's, you know, maybe a penny, but the resistance is just, it's a lot of resistance right here. That's why it's important, if you're looking for calls, don't front run the play. If it works, great, but your best bet is to allow it to happen so you have some type of something to tell you, okay, we've broken resistance and now we just need to form support. All right, this one definitely broke above purple. The 35 candle definitely broke up. Oh, but it's still inside resistance, so. Okay. Let's see where this one, if it, 42 seconds on the candle. Brother, you had every opportunity down here. Every opportunity when I was saying, don't reinforce negative behavior. And it's still resistance, so you still got a shot, because we're still at resistance. We haven't broken this resistance and made it support yet. So we're still in no man's land, right? The market doesn't work on one specific point in time. There's always an area, like a range, right? It's always a range, an area. Whenever the area clears, then you'll know. Until then, we're still staying resistance here. It hasn't broken above. So step 1 has happened. We still need step 2 and 3. And then lift off for 4. We still need all that to happen. See, look at this resistance right here. This is a lot of resistance. We're still in this area. You can't, it's not a specific point in time. It's an area, it's a range. This is no man's land. If you're taking trades in here, good luck. We don't know what's going to happen. It's 50-50. Certain things need to happen. Bro, this guy's been afforded every opportunity. Every opportunity. Oh no, I have to get... All right. I'm going to keep this playing in the background. I'm still here. I'm going to get ready in the background. Don't overtrade. Look at all this volatility in here. When it pops, it's gonna pop. When it pops, it's gonna break. It's gonna make that sound like when DC plays with his belly button. I'm here. I'm just being quiet. I'm just being quiet. Look at this. This resistance at 57.31 is very strong resistance. Okay. Purple doing purple things. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This guy is 1, 2. Your third opportunity to figure out your life. 3 opportunities. Here it is. Hold on, I'm in the background. I'm still here. Oh man. You should be only worst case scenario like 60 cents away. Works every single time, 40% of the time. Yeah, Chenko, that's what I was wondering, like, how are you in a call when it had to break above and then retest? I'm not... Okay. Come on, come on, come on. One more time. Come on. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Come on. All right, dude. So many opportunities this guy gets. So many opportunities. Oh, we're still inside the lick box. I'm right here. I gotta be quiet for a second, or I gotta walk away for a second. Hold on. This lick box from hell. Look at this lick box. We're still in no man's land. Still in no man's land. Damn. How long? For, I'd say it started here. 11:30 or 11:22. Almost 30 minutes. All right, I think this liquidity box has the keys. Has the keys, right? Right inside here. If it's in here, there's nothing really to do. This is the no man's land I was talking about. Okay, Discord. These are the setups. Let me know if you don't understand, or if someone does understand, let me know if you understand. So just in case, you can explain. Here, let me do some explaining on the 5-minute chart. Okay. It'd be reasonable. I'm a little bit off, but it'd be reasonable for this to travel all the way down here to grab liquidity before the push up, and then look for the break of the green right here, right? And then don't overstay your welcome. And then also, if we do get below here, we have to watch out that we're not in this. And then your safety is probably going to be somewhere underneath here. However, the only issue with this is you got to measure risk to reward at low a day, which is marked out here. So high a days here, low a days here. Okay. So green, we want to look for the break of green somewhere, or the break of this orange. Something like that. Now I'm not going to be here, so it's going to be tough to, but as of right now, this is what we got. Everyone cool? Let me do my goddamn thing really quick. We had our entry here. Okay, while we're in here, probably not a lot to do. If you see a break and retest to either side, that may give you a clue, right? Because we see the liquidity building up right here. So when they break, retest, reject this liquidity, or break, retest, reject this liquidity, it'll probably give us a little bit of movement, right? Don't expect too much. Look at this morning's trading plans. It says consolidation, right? It looks like we're consolidating somewhere around here. So don't expect too much. It's Friday. They want to burn the contract sideways. Let's see, 13. Maybe we get some movement around 13. We're in lunch time. It's lunch time. Wait for whatever needs to happen, okay? You guys got anything for me? Because I'm going to have to log out. ASAP, Rocky. You guys got anything for me? Let me know now. Okay, you know what? No one responded. Okay, that's been my time. You guys have a good weekend. I love you all. Have a good day. Goodbye. YouTube, it's been a pleasure. If you're interested in learning how to trade with us, have a good weekend, John Royo. If you're interested in learning how to trade with us, go to livespytrading.com. I'll get you sorted. We're offering a week for $45 for all the money. Okay, you guys have a good weekend. Enjoy yourself. Goodbye.